everybody, I'm Gwen again, and this is what? A shield. This is what I use because I went on a travel to another state, and I like to talk to you about how that went. So if you would stay tuned, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll be right back with you. Bye. Hey, I'm so glad that you came back and joined me. This is Gwen, and I again have this shield. This shield I got at one of the hair places, and it wasn't that expensive, but some people are wearing this on the airline. I think I was the only one, realistically, but at the airport they're wearing shields and they're wearing masks. Definitely the masks are required, shields aren't, but I felt better that I want to be totally covered up, and it was not that bad. The flight that I was going on was New York. So this is what happened. I basically got on. We did have some seats that were absent or omitted for someone to sit there. I saw, and I was sitting three. There's three on each aisle, six on each aisle, but maybe a seat empty. So that was part of the dissonance. As far as sitting down, I think after we sat down, that people took their mask off. Some of them did, and some of them didn't. There's no food, so I'm just giving you the ups and downs of what my flight was about, my journey. I did go to New York, and so as far as New York, it is and was a really quarantine spot, hot spot at this point. I suppose it could be because while I was on my journey, while I was on my journey, the flight was like 45, well, it was an hour and a half on the flight. What I experienced was, I think they had a lot of air conditioning. The air conditioning was cool, so I'm glad I did have a hoodie on. And as far as anything else covering my face, I had this covering my face, and I had this covering my face, and I took a nap like this. I really couldn't breathe. I am not like wearing these masks, and so I did pull it down like this, or not this, and I felt more comfortable there, because some people don't like to wear masks. I'm one of those, but not like this on my face. So that's one of the reasons why I got the shields. And these shields were like $5, and you could probably get them. I got them at the hair place, the Korean hair places like that. And so they had these in different colors. Okay, so I took a nap, and I felt more comfortable. I felt more protected because I had this on and the mask, and I didn't like wearing this mask, and so I just had the shield on. So that could be something that you could think about as far as having a covering on if you do not like the mask on. Okay, before we landed, I'm going to say maybe 20 minutes or a half hour, it was said that we're supposed to do a survey on our phones, or there will be, when we get off, places for us, or it was basically one spot for us to fill out an application for a survey, how long we are staying, if we had any symptoms of any kind. They want to know about where you're staying, because they are going to keep contact of you if you have any symptoms. And that's what happened. I had no symptoms of anything. I'm going to say definitely you're going to boost yourself up with everything that is going to be antiviral, anti-inflammatory, anything, a lot of vitamin C, and anything, elderberry, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and black seed oil. And so those are things that I had. I did have it in my like a pill box, so I did have that as far as taking. And I'm going to say I did feel a little soreness in my throat at one time. I don't know what that was, but basically that went away because I took like over 2,000 seeds, and it totally stopped right there. So that's what you have to do, is keep your immune system really tight as far as not having any kind of weakness there. And I think you'll be fine as far as following. Now, if you want to do that traveling, then it's fine. You need to do that and keep these things in mind. After I got there, I did have someone call me, a real person call me, and because like after I did get off, I did write the survey out there. I didn't write it on my phone. Some people did it on the airplane, some people did it there at this desk. So I was really concerned because I feel like, okay, they're going to start tracking me. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I basically gave the information that they wanted. They had my phone number. I really didn't give them where I was staying. But I don't know if everybody else did. If they wanted more information, I gave my phone number. So, like I said, I did have someone call me, and she just asked me, did I have any symptoms, and asked, statistically my age and all of that. Okay, so I gave her that, and she said, will it be okay if we had somebody tracking you or calling you during your visit? Okay, I said I had no problem with that. They can do that. So these are some of the questions that they asked. And another thing that I didn't know was that I got another call. That was the first call after I got. Then I got another call like 2 days later, and she had said, well, you're expected to be here to quarantine like till Thursday. And I said, well, I'm leaving Tuesday. So she said, well, it wasn't any reason for me to be quarantined. I believe the reason why they say that because they have essential workers that are coming from different states, like Connecticut, Philadelphia. Some of them come in like that, and so they want to know how long they're going to be staying, or how long should they stay as far as when they're going back. I'm going to be honest, I did not understand it. I was going to call and check to find out why she would tell me I'm supposed to stay till Thursday to be quarantined. And when I came in, it wasn't clear about if you come in, you're supposed to be quarantined. So it looks like people kind of don't understand that, but she did say that I'm fine to leave because I was not going to be staying there any longer. So I suppose if you're going to stay there longer, then you would have to be there in quarantine and then leave. I think that was what it was. So I wasn't there that long to do that. So I'm just letting you know that the quarantine process is definitely stressed very much. They do call you. They do leave texts on you every day to have you answer a question. It seems like it is very much looked at and taken care of, and being consistent with it. I think it was. Okay, so after I left, and I did the same process as having the shields on it and all of that. When I got to Chicago, I was really kind of trying to find out the airports, do they have the same process. I found out that, well, no one said anything about the quarantine. No one said anything about any surveys. So it's like in New York, Chicago was considered a hot spot. So why didn't they do the same kind of protection, like with people calling and all that, making sure you're going to be regulated a certain way? And I start thinking about it is the leadership in the state, the leadership of the governor, who really was on top of it in New York. He basically lined out, and excuse me, and the mayor lined up certain things that people need to really concern themselves with, as far as being safe and making sure this doesn't spread. So like over Chicago, it was not very well, not a concern as far as people coming from different places and coming in as a hotspot. So I just want everyone to know that when you're going to New York, or if you're going to other places that are considered a hotspot, that is something that is serious. Certain states are feeling that it's more serious than others, and their preparation as far as attacking that issue is more serious than others. So I'm just saying that keep in mind to have, when you're traveling, your immune system boosted up. Keep in mind that you need probably, I don't know, you can use a shield. For me, I use that because these masks really were not very favorable for me as far as me breathing through it. And it said that you can't keep breathing at a certain amount of time so long that you will feel a little dizziness, because you're breathing in, you're not breathing in oxygen, you're breathing in carbon dioxide. So that's a concern too. But I was just giving you that information. And if you have any questions, or anybody travel and you'd like to share the information that you might have, then I will be definitely glad to put it in and make people know that this is something that they need to be aware with, that you're going to be sharing. And so I just want to say thank you for tuning in. And if you have any travels, please make the masks available, the shield available, the mask. And it says right here, fear not faith, faith not fear. You shouldn't be fearing anything if you have your faith. So again, I'm going to say thank you for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll come back with another video that might have an interest that you might really need.